The biggest thing for me is I always look back at my childhood and walking into an ice cream shop and just having a real neighborhood feel to it. A lot of, like nowadays, I think a lot of businesses are just fast. It's just in and out. There's no ambiance. There's no feel to anything really nowadays. And so when a customer walks in, I really want them to feel like this ice cream shop is really part of the community, and that we're here and we appreciate the people here locally, and hence the name Sota Hot and Cold, because I grew up here in St. Paul, not too far from our location actually. So I'm pretty ingrained in the community, and I just think that this establishment, when people walk in, when customers walk in, I want them to feel like they're part of the community I grew up in, and that they have that really home, Minnesota feel. Growing up as an immigrant refugee, and growing up to listen to people speaking such broken English, you hear comedy all the time, making fun of Asian accents, and they always say like soda cool, soda good, and stuff like that. So the name Sota Hot and Cold is actually a play on words on that, but I've also incorporated soda, it's Minnesota, but then it's also a play on word on like, soda hot and cold, like it's soda hot and cold. So yeah, that's the inspiration behind it, and I thought it was kind of catchy, and it adds kind of your local twist to the name as well. Just the ability for ice cream is traditionally a Western thing. It's really a Western culture kind of thing. When you think of American desserts, you usually think of ice cream, right? The traditional ice cream cone, the traditional waffle cone, Dairy Queen, all that stuff, right? But Thai rolled ice cream is intrigued me the most, just because it's a fusion of East and West, right? Or not even just East and West, but flavors from around the world. It doesn't necessarily have to be Asian. You can actually fuse African flavors to it, European flavors to it, any kind of flavors that you can think of. The ice cream base has the flexibility that you can mix so many different flavors together, and I think that that's what a lot of people are looking for now, is that uniqueness in flavor, and something that they've never tasted before. So again, the sky's the limit with Thai rolled ice cream, and you can become as creative as you want, and the product is just infinite. So my product, it's made in-house by me. I developed the base myself, so it's a homemade recipe. After numerous trial and error research on the internet, I've been researching ice cream for the past 2 years, just learning everything there is to know about ice cream, what makes a good ice cream base, custard-based ice cream, gelato, what goes into that, using whole milk versus 2% milk, using heavy cream versus light cream, using ice cream going through a machine, just all the various techniques of ice cream. So I've developed, I've spent a lot of hours trying to perfect my version of the traditional vanilla ice cream, and then using that as a base to do Thai rolled ice cream. And so I use fresh, ingredients. There's no preservatives in anything that I do. I use fresh produce. My approach to my product, when I first started, thought of the idea of Sota Hot and Cold was to create a strong and good vanilla base. I think that vanilla ice cream, because there's all these flavors of ice cream, there's vanilla, there's chocolate, there's strawberry, you name it, but I think that if you start with a strong and kind of pure vanilla ice cream, you have the flexibility to modify flavoring however much you like, right? You can add whatever syrups you want, you can add whatever flavors you want to a strong vanilla ice cream, and it will be good. I mean, who doesn't like plain vanilla ice cream? But then you add all these different flavors to it and modifies the flavor. It just, I think if you have a strong vanilla base, that's kind of my approach to it, is just having a unique, strong, fresh, organic vanilla base. The sky's the limit in regards to creativity. Even though it's ice cream, there's always new trends, there's always new ways to do it, there's always new twists, fusion stuff. and I think that Thai rolled ice cream adds that flexibility. Trends come and go so fast nowadays, but the great thing about food is it can evolve with those trends as well and change along with those trends as well. I think the biggest thing I just want to accomplish is, is just that every customer that walks through the door, has a good time and that they experience something different, something new, something fresh. I'm all about that. I think that the food and restaurant industry nowadays, I think the ones that are most successful give the customer an experience in which they've never had before, and I think that that's why there's so much excitement over Thai rolled ice cream in general, is because it's such a new thing. It's something they've never had before, but over time, I don't want it. I want to be able to introduce new flavors, new tastes to the customer, so that every time they walk in, they experience something different over and over again, and so it doesn't get boring. I just want to keep it fresh. So that's kind of what I want to accomplish, is just make sure that the customer walks in and knows that when they leave, they receive the different experience every